Hey, look or listen now. It's me, your old pal and buddy, host of the Uncle, whatever this show is show. And today, on my show, where I get to talk about whatever I feel like, because it's my show and you can't stop me, I'm gonna talk about a movie I like, which I watched again recently. It's called In the Mouth of Madness. It was directed by John Carpenter, written by Michael DeLuca, and stars Sam Neill, who I'm sure you kids remember from The Hunt for Red October, but he was also in a movie where he met a dinosaur. In the Mouth of Madness is a powerful movie about big ideas and the end of the world. It's about a man, an investigator, which is like a detective, and he's looking into a book, an author, who might be missing, or might have ascended to the throne of unholy gods and is now about to end our world, or perhaps our universe. I'm gonna try to not spoil the movie for you, because I think it's real worth watching. In fact, I would go so far as to say, it's one of my favorite movies. I've watched it a bunch of times, often on LSD, because it's a movie that pairs well with a hard dose of hallucinogenic substances. It's a paranoid movie with weird visuals. I feel like I have something in my mouth. Weird visuals, false awakenings, layers of reality, and H.P. Lovecraft quotes. So yeah, if you're real high on drugs, it'll be just the ticket to put your brain in a weird and unfamiliar place. Soak it up. It's okay. Maybe the world is ending. You're still here. You can still enjoy this movie. Maybe it's not a movie. Maybe it's your life. Maybe all our lives are the movie, and we're all going mad as the earth burns and the old ones return to take this fallen world back from us savage primates who just waste it all on our pointless need to make more money. What a terrible, fearful species we can be some days. But hey, we also make great movies from time to time. So what do you kids know about old H.P. Lovecraft? I should do an episode on him sometime. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. Send a like or a comment or fucking, I don't know, send an email message to us. Call into our 1-800 number. H.P. Lovecraft was a racist. He was a really racist guy who was also a writer of pulpy horror fiction. And this was nearly like 100 years ago. Don't ask me what he named his cat. I won't talk about it. It's intense. He was an intense guy. A real asshole, it would seem. But it also seems that the same personality traits that made him a paranoid, fearful nut also allowed him to write some wild stories, which go on to influence comic books and movies and novels to this very day. H.P. Lovecraft was big on the idea of cosmic horror, like there's forces in this universe so much larger than humans that if we had to face them, we'd have no chance whatsoever to fight back. They'd kill us like we'd kill bugs. Their very presence, these forces, would distort reality or reveal the universe to be a much stranger and more violent place than humans ever dreamed. And that's kind of what's going on in the movie, In the Mouth of Madness. It's like there's a hole in the fabric of space-time, and now reality is starting to come undone as it falls into that hole and takes us all with it, slipping down the drain. Sam Neill, who's a pretty cool guy, he plays an investigator. Not a detective, but a guy with detecting skills. He's very cynical and has a hard time believing any of the weird shit he encounters. Until it's too late. John Carpenter directed it, and he's one of my favorite directors. He did a bunch of awesome, classic movies I think are worth watching and talking about. They Live, this one, The Thing, and a bunch of others. His later movies weren't great. It's like he lost some of his edge at some point. But hey, fucking life is hard, man. You try making 10 genre-defining cult classic movies. It's not easy. I dare say he's one of the only people who's done the things he has, so it's okay that his later movies weren't great. You don't take away an athlete's Olympic awards just because they choose to get a little fat and lazy in their old age. You should be allowed to relax as time goes by. So what if vampires and ghosts of Mars were kind of terrible? Go back and watch In the Mouth of Madness, and you'll be witness to one of the greatest cinematic achievements of the 20th century. You hear what I'm saying? Those are real words. You know, if it's good if you're into that sort of stuff. I know I am. I love it. I love it! Give me more! I wish this movie was 6 hours long. Make it a miniseries. But you couldn't just remake it now. There'd be no point. You might as well just make something new rather than tracing over this illustration. We got it right the first time. Go off and tell your own stories in the future. Hey, how about this? I have crafted the perfect secret identity. People know who I am, but they don't really know. I have lots of excuses to be off and alone. I can easily explain any random injuries or exhaustion. I could also get away with being a serial killer. I am ash, falling through a world of shadows. We are all not quite solid, but neither are we liquid or gas. We phase like we're out of alignment with the cosmos. We skip like records of events that play themselves and replay themselves for every generation. You are so cool. You are so cool. You are so cool. Whisper to me that we're gonna make it. Tell me there's enough in the tank of the car to make it down the road to the next service station. Tell me you packed an extra parachute. Tell me there's still 2 more bullets in the gun. You and me, we're gonna change the world. After all, burning is a form of change. Yeah, alright, so that was a thing. So In the Mouth of Madness, would I call it a perfect movie? Well, maybe. It's damn decent, I'll say that. I'd like to watch it again right now. But I can't, I have stuff to do. Like this show. It would be fun if this show could just be In the Mouth of Madness. I for sure wish that I'd written it. It was written by Michael DeLuca, who also wrote Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, and the story for the Judge Dredd movie, the first one from 1995. And, well, I haven't seen Freddy's Dead, but the Judge Dredd movie was pretty bad. I don't know how he nailed In the Mouth of Madness, but he sure got it right. Though I have heard that the script had been kicking around for a bit, so maybe there were some other uncredited writers who worked on it, you know? That's totally a thing that happens. I knew a guy who was a ghostwriter on a bunch of, Hollywood movie scripts. Mostly his stuff would never get used, but I think he had a line of dialogue in, the first Mummy movie, the one from the 90s. He couldn't say that he did, though, but he told me. I don't know, I heard it paid okay, but it didn't really seem like a lot of fun. Not like making this show. This is plenty of fun. Almost too much fun, really. They say we should put a warning on it. Maybe. I'd warn you to not watch In the Mouth of Madness if you're too young or kinda dumb. It's for sure a real mature story for real mature folks. So you gotta make sure that you can be a mature person if you're gonna enjoy it. You can't be some whiny little kid, or you might cry or get freaked out or have nightmares. It gives me the creeps, and I'm super adult. But I get the creeps all the time. Hell, you leave me alone in the house, and I'll start seeing creepy stuff in the corner of my eyes, and in the corners of the room, and then I get all freaked out and have to turn on the lights and stuff, because I'm afraid the booger man's out to get me. It's a whole thing. Anyway, those are my thoughts on In the Mouth of Madness. On this, the fun time show called the Uncle whatever this is program that you can watch and enjoy and listen to, and I guess you just did. Thank you so much for being a part of my day, you little knuckleheads. Now get out of here and go be good. I can go now, right? Yeah? Okay, I'm leaving. I'm done.
Okay, that's all she wrote.